Happy Tech Tuesday and welcome back to News for You with me, Tracy. We're always on phone to inform, bombarding with no warning. Let's get started. In the headlines, new appointments on the block, working for patriotism, register update extension, Musk buying OpenAI. Let's get started. Michael Atingi-Ego has been appointed as the new governor of the Bank of Uganda following the passing of former governor Mr. Emmanuel Tumusime, who passed away in January 2022. Now, Mr. Atingi-Ego has been serving as the deputy governor since 2020 and has also been acting as the head of the Bank of Uganda following the passing of Emmanuel Tumusime. Now, alongside him as deputy governor is Mr. Augustus Nwagaba, who is actually an international consultant on economic transformation and now is said to be going alongside him. Now, these appointments are set to make the leadership of Bank of Uganda stronger, and hopefully, they do this, and it's so great to see. Today, they were vetted by Parliament, so now we have new leadership in the Central Bank of Uganda. The Ugandan government has urged health workers affected by the pause of U.S. aid funding to Uganda to continue performing their duties voluntarily. Now, Dr. Diana Atwine, who is the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Health, said that they should carry out their roles in the spirit of patriotism as the government seeks a solution. And obviously, this is quite disappointing to see because the Ministry of Health has been plagued with various protests for placement of medical interns, salary increment, or just for people to earn a salary, because at the end of the day, the medical field is something that is incredibly essential to the people of a country. But now to see that they're being asked to work voluntarily, when initially they weren't even happy with the amount of money that they were getting in the spirit of patriotism, it's a bit disappointing. And obviously, we're going to monitor how people receive this news, and we'll keep you guys updated. So this suspension has disrupted critical health services that were heavily reliant on U.S. funding. We don't know how long this suspension is going to last, but hopefully we'll be able to find a solution that's going to keep us until this is resolved. So the Electoral Commission has extended the National Voter Register update by 7 days. It was supposed to stop on Monday, but they've extended it to next Wednesday, which is the 19th of February. Now, this is because they realized a lot of people were going last minute to update their register details, and they were overcrowding the centers. Now they said, you know what, let's just extend the time so people can come through and properly, do this, because it seems we are last minute people here in Uganda. They gave us all this time. We decided to wait until their last days. So now they decided, let's give them a bit of an extension so more people can come through and update their voter details. And obviously, guys, this is a reminder. Please go and update your voter details, guys. Go and update your register details to make sure that when the time comes, you vote. Your vote is your voice. Make sure you go and get that done. A consortium led by Elon Musk has offered $97.4 billion to buy OpenAI, which is the maker of ChatGPT. Now, obviously, this has caused some tensions between Elon Musk and CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, where Altman took to his Twitter to say, no, thank you, but jokingly offered to buy X for $97.4 billion. Now, initially, they actually opened OpenAI together in 2015. Now, Elon Musk is basically saying that he wants to step in because they have kind of veered away from the initial model, which was a non-profit to now a for-profit organization. But now his offer is well below the $300 billion valuation of OpenAI. But we shall see. I also just think it's really funny how a little while ago, Elon Musk and other big tech guys were getting together to sign a petition to stop the development of AI for 6 months. But now he wants to buy the OpenAI. So interesting. But obviously, we'll see how this goes. Also, I'm tired of Elon Musk just doing things. I can't lie to you. All the time, after each 2 business days, Elon Musk is there. We are sanctioning South Africa. We are buying OpenAI. Just relax. It's time for the profile, and every day we bring you a champion in society so you can know what your fellow Ugandans are doing right here. Take a look.
Greetings and blessings. My name is Jockeys Clean for News for You and Profile Plus on NBS and NBS Plus. And of course, we do profile a champion out of society every day. And today we're actually profiling a champion out of an international community. We have Larizo in the building. How you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good, brother. How are you?
I'm good myself. You do look like a Mufumbira when you smile. A Mufumbira like southwestern Uganda. You know Mufumbira, right?
Okay.
So in case they ask you where you come from in Uganda,
Yeah.
you're going to say Kisoro.
Kisoro.
That's right.
Okay.
So how are you,
Okay.
brother?
I'm very well, thank you. And funnily enough, like, people always think I'm Ugandan.
Yeah.
Even though originally I'm from Ghana.
It does pass. And as much as I have something to talk about that,
Yeah.
I would also like to give our listener a chance to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
So for somebody who does not know you, who would you say you are? Who is Larizo? Is it DJ Larizo? Larizo DJ, making music, whatever. So if you feel like somebody's watching for the first time, how would you describe yourself?
I describe myself as a Larizzle. So I am a DJ as well as a music producer, broadcaster as well, radio broadcaster. And yeah, I've toured internationally. I've been across the world. I'm grateful. And I've just started my music production journey. I've got my debut EP coming and later this year. So yeah, look out for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also from somebody that has looked at your page, I know that you travel so much, and I don't know if you're always traveling with your partner all the time, but also I noticed that you guys are doing charity while you're on the way as well.
Yes.
So first tell me a little bit about your DJing journey. How do you get into DJing? When did this start?
It started quite a while ago, actually, while I was in university. DJing was a hobby at the time, something I've always been around music. I always loved music. I always loved performing. When I was much younger, I used to like to sing, do street dance. And it was university that I saw some guys DJing, and then I was hooked. And that's when I decided to start learning. Then I started doing the clubs, doing mobile DJing to private events like weddings, parties and stuff. And then eventually it started growing.
Nice. So this has been quite a step-by-step for you.
It is.
Nice. So there's been a conversation around DJs making music, DJs playing their music, and mostly now, would you say you're more like a house piano kind of DJ? Mostly, no?
For me, it's about pushing African music first.
So African music.
So you could call it, the overall umbrella would be African. So I play Afrobeats as well as African electronic.
So usually the people doing electronic, that alternative sound, a piano, that's where most DJs are actually making music. That's why I was coming from that side.
Yes.
So tell me about how you feel about DJs making music, and in your opinion, do you think that DJs make great producers? Because you're also producing music and DJing, and I think it's been a conversation around, so you must have an opinion about that. What do you think about that?
From my opinion, I think DJs make great producers because, especially if you've got a lot of experience behind you. For me, production was very easy because I feel like I understand music a lot and I know what sounds right and how to put melodies with drums and what have you. Like one of my idols, for instance, is Black Coffee. He's an incredible DJ as well as an incredible producer, and one of my heroes and someone I sort of tried to emulate, if you will.
Nice. When I was, looking at what you do, I feel like there's also DJing is not necessarily for clubs. These days you can holler to your 10 friends and you DJ for them. And it's been something that has been growing in the industry. Do you think that in your view, DJing and like making content, those things are kind of moving together these days? In your opinion, what would you say would be your advice to DJs, let's say in Uganda, who want to break internationally, or to any DJ or producer doing it now? Because I feel like we've seen most DJs just do great DJing, get booked, right? But DJs of a new era are DJs that also do content. Would you say that is something?
It's definitely something now. It's the new age that we're at. It's I do content as well. I've done content that's gone viral and has helped me get more DJ bookings. But I'd say to the new DJs coming up, it's all about the core within the club setting. Master that. Because DJing, there's one thing DJing in a club and there's one thing DJing online with content and doing all the transitions, the fancy transitions and stuff. Because that won't necessarily work in the club scene. The clubs is more fast paced. It depends on if it's a lounge vibe, fair enough. But if it's like a typical club setting, people want quick transitions. They want to be entertained like quickly, but they may not want the same transitions you do on the online content form. So I'd say, combine both. you know.
I like that you say that because recently there's I'm not gonna say names. I don't want to ban nobody's brand, but we went to a club,
Yeah.
and this DJ is great on the internet,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. We were not feeling that kind of, and everybody's like, maybe we need our money back. So I'm glad that you get to say that. Also, I realize you either you love sports, so it kind of makes me feel like we need more bridges between all these entertainments. You know, I feel like more in Africa we need to have like in the middle of every match like an artist performing, and it is good that these two things go together. So in your opinion, as somebody who also is a little sporty, how would you say is sports and other forms of entertainment being merged in our continent, or how can we do better? If there's something we can borrow from like UK, or how are you guys doing it in the UK?
I mean, a good example actually is with, say, the NBA. They do like to incorporate a lot of the DJ sets in the intermissions and the half times, for example, and obviously the Champions League. They have the big performer before the game now, as well as obviously NFL with the Super Bowl with the halftime show and stuff. I feel like we should just try and emulate more of that. Get like featured artists doing opening ceremonies for things, football matches, intermissions and the halftime. I mean, we kind of have that in the UK where there's a DJ in, say in the Premier League, there's like a DJ sometimes in certain intermissions and whatnot. And then Wembley Stadium, our main stadium in England, in London, they do that. And I suppose we should just do more of that here in the continent.
Nice, I think that would be great. So I have heard that you studied medicine, that you were supposed to be a doctor, and you're busy playing around with decks around, entertaining people. I want to talk to your parents and see how they feel about this. Tell me about that shift and how it changed your life. Also, I think it did not go to waste just because you're DJing. You must have some context of medicine and biology in it. Tell me about what you studied and what you're doing and how they maybe conflict or supplement each other.
Okay, so I studied biomedical science as an undergraduate degree. Then I did a master's degree in...
You went ahead to do a master's when you're going to play in the club?
So I was DJing and studying at the same time. Yes, I did a master's in molecular medicine and cancer research. And then from there, I went on to work. I worked in a science role as a laboratory manager, supporting research groups. One of the main ones I looked after was a hepatology research group, which focuses on study of the liver diseases, liver cancers, etc. And it was fueled by my parents, of course. They wanted me to study and to do well. And they allowed me to do the DJing as long as I finished my qualifications and got my master's degree, which was my dad was really pushing for. And from there, I was doing the work, I was DJing, and only recently I stopped the science altogether just to focus on the DJing. And I feel like it's really helped in terms of providing discipline and focus in the music side of things. Because now obviously I've taken more on in the music in terms of music production, broadcasting, that sort of thing as well. So it's definitely helped me along the way, as well as financially supporting my family as well along the way.
Nice. When artists come in Uganda, they do shows 2 days, they're out of the country, and I get pissed off, man. I'm like, yo, bro, these people, amazing people. Best, I think, tourist attraction about Uganda is the people. Then we have all these landscapes, and you're telling me you came to Kampala and you're flying out. All right, bye, you're lost. So I was very happy to see you in Mbarara, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Not even Ginger. You went to Mbarara. I was so happy. You guys doing some charity work out there. I was thinking that's where, from your medicine vibes, you go into the charity. I kind of see it as if one line in a way, because it's all kind of have the same ambition and maybe objective. So tell me a little bit about why you felt like you have to leave the city and go out of the city, and also tell me more about this charity that you guys do. What inspired this, and what is it exactly? What were you guys doing?
So the charity, I've got to shout out my wife and manager, Jara.
Shout out to the wife and manager.
So
honestly, I love when people together doing things like this. Love is definitely that could get you all the way. Honestly, I've never been gassed about asking this in particular, because I hate it to find somebody entertain us and just go away. I always feel like, bro, if you were not going to do another show next day, stay a little longer.
Yes.
But please go ahead.
Yeah. So